All right, so you got some negative feedback, right? From a professional, maybe from a colleague, maybe from someone that you already work with or whatever. And they were like, yo, your song sucks. You suck. You're a piece of quit now. It's not worth it. You're not good at this. How do you use this negative feedback to improve? Tip of the day. First off, I would say no feedback is negative. All feedback can be positive. I think that it's all about mindset, but it also has a lot to do with the person giving you that feedback, right? Where are they coming from? What place are they coming from? Because a lot of the times when you get negative feedback from someone, it's actually coming from them and how they feel about themselves, not how they really feel about you. It's how they feel about you making them feel a certain way about themselves, okay? So this has a lot to do with ego. And I promise you, being in the music industry for a decade now, it's an ego game. When someone's giving you negative feedback, it's because you hurt their feelings. You made something that they don't feel like they could do, or you made something that they, oh gosh, I wish I would have made that sort of thing. So they give you the, your kick drum sucks. I would have done the drums different. This is whack. It's not relevant. It's not modern. It's not whatever, right? They want to give you feedback. They want to give you negative feedback. So there's a big difference between asking for feedback and receiving negative feedback and just someone giving you negative feedback, right? I think that that's the key thing. You need to differentiate between, is someone just like hating, or is someone actually giving you feedback that's going to be constructive in some sense? So think about where the feedback is coming from. That's important. Okay, so once you understand where the feedback's coming from, let's say it's coming from a place of constructive, negative feedback. Hey man, your song is good, but your mix sucks, and here's why, and here's the negative feedback around that, right? This is a really, really good learning opportunity, and I really think that most people need to get that negative feedback. They need that. They need that because that's how you really grow, right? If you had a coach that was like, you're great. Like imagine Michael Jordan, like, yeah, you're doing great, Jordan. You're the best player on the team. Just keep doing what you're doing. Like Jordan wouldn't have been the 6 rings Jordan, right? He wouldn't have a documentary on Netflix about him right now. Because his coach went in and said, hey, you're really good. Let's push you further. You're not good enough. And that's not good enough. Let's put him against 3 people, put 3-on-1, 4-on-1. Just make the whole team go against him, Like really make him work. And Jordan, you could be better. And then he had, Tim Grover. We talked about the dark side on one of these tip of the days, which I highly recommend you go back on. But Tim Grover then coached him and was like, yo, we got to change your game, bro. You got to put on some muscle. You got to do this. We got to work on your form. We got to work on, getting you to jump higher, be more powerful of a player, a power forward, not just a forward, right? And that's when Jordan's game really stepped up. Now, if Jordan was just like around a bunch of yes men and a bunch of people giving him like, yeah, you're the greatest, instead of getting that negative feedback, he wouldn't actually become Michael Jordan. And this is where that whole like pressure makes diamonds, all that stuff, all those cute little cliche sayings. But it really is true. We have to push ourselves past the negative feedback. I think the negative feedback for me is sort of like empowering. It's like, okay, good. I'm glad you found some problems with it, because I was thinking kind of the same thing. Like I didn't put my all into it, right? And I think a lot of the times when we're getting negative feedback, it's sort of like someone calling us out that actually cares about us, right? And if the feedback's coming from someone that cares, and they're saying, hey man, that's not good enough. Like you got to look at that as like someone going, hey, I'm holding you accountable. And I think accountability is something that we lack completely as a society in 2020. I mean, if we're going to get into business and music and art and like trying our hardest and becoming the best us, the best person we can be, come on. There's a bunch of pussies. Like we're literally being raised by pussies. Like everybody's running around going, you're awesome. Like my post, drop a comment, fire emoji, dude. Everything you do is so sick. You're dope. Your song's sick. Show support, bro. And then someone leaves a negative comment even on your Instagram post. Like, how do you react to that? Dude, fuck you, bro. Get on my, you delete it. You're like, delete the comment. It's bullshit. People are saying mean stuff on my post. I'll just delete it. I'm going to block them. It's like we have to learn to take that. We have to learn to take it and use it as fuel, use it as fire to go and make ourselves better. Not be like, dude, I tried hard on that. You know, I went to the studio. I worked so hard on my song, and now you're saying mean things. I'm just gonna block that guy. He's a dick. You know, we're very scared of negative feedback right now. Like even when like a YouTube video that we put out gets like a thumbs down, like something in me is like, what the who thumbs down that? What a prick. You know what I mean? But it's like, what I'd rather have is someone go like, hey man, I thumbs down this because here's my negative feedback about this. Like, I don't agree with you here, 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 and here's what I think you should explain more. And for me, it would help me think through my process. It would help me become better at communicating, and I might be able to help more people, right? And that's how I should look at negative feedback. And that's what I think, you know, this tip of the day is all about. It's get the negative feedback and see if it's constructive. And if it's coming from a place of constructive criticism, negative feedback, turn it into fire, turn it into learning, turn it into growth, turn it into better communication, better product, better production, better mixing, better. I mean, you know how many people I've told like, yo, your song is not that great. And also the mix and master is shit. And the way you recorded it sounds like garbage. And it's like, they're like, dude, and they just never talk to me again. And I'm like, don't you want to know why? Don't you want to get better? And that to me is confusing because like if I give someone negative feedback like that and I tell them like, what are you recording with? Or I ask them questions, like I'm truly trying to help them and they're like, dude, F you, I'm doing it this way and my way or the highway. Like I'm like, that person isn't going to go anywhere, right? So I'm like, I wouldn't work with them anyway. So keep that in mind when you're getting negative feedback from anyone that wants to, you know, help out. That's it. Now, if you really like this tip of the day and you do want some feedback on your songs and you want to join, you know, our group of mentoring and music mentoring, your business, like, yo, I need feedback on my album artwork. I need feedback on my song, my mix, all that stuff. Then join the Beat Gang. Click the link in the description and you can join for just $30 a month. And I'd love to help you get you the nice feedback that's going to actually be productive for you and help you grow in your music, in your business, in your life. Let's make it happen. Click the like button, comment, tell me your thoughts on this. Like, tell me, you know, give me some feedback on these tip of the days. And, you know, don't just be negative to be negative because that is kind of a prick move. But thanks for tuning in. That's the tip of the day, almost every day.